Hey everyone, I am Shaun Sidey. I'm here with my good friend Halvorson, also a great client of mine. We worked together on and off for years, and she's really done great working with us. So I'm excited to talk to her about her experience and everything she's learned through health and fitness and working with us at HealthNU. So super excited to be chatting to you. So Ali, thank you very much for taking the time to hop on. Really appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, Sean. I'm so happy to be here and to be supporting you in this. It's really an honor, so thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you. So first of all, just tell people a little bit about like you, what you do, who you are, and yeah, we'll go from there.
My name's Allie, as you introduced me. I am a mother of two beautiful girls, age 8 and 5. I'm going to be 40 years old this summer, so it's a big one for me, but I am actually in the stage of my life of like looking forward to this next chapter of my life. I'm not afraid of this, so big 4-0 coming. Um, I actually went through divorce about 3.5 years ago, just before I met you.
Hmm.
And so I, during that time, was a single mom, worked full time, and about a year ago, I realized that my career path was no longer aligning with what I believed and what I valued. So I quit my job, just kind of randomly, and went back to school. So I trained to be a certified life coach and started my own business in January of this past year. So I take on clients now, helping them achieve their goals in their personal lives and really help them tap into who they want to become and how they want to live their life. So that's currently where I am and a little bit about me.
Amazing. Well, thank you for sharing. And yeah, seeing like all your growth over the last like 3 years has been like super impressive. And I'm just really proud of you, like how far you've come, honestly. Tell us more about like where were you at physically in terms of like your health, your fitness, before we started working together?
Yeah, so it's interesting to me because I was always an athlete from like a very young age. Like I picked up sports really quickly. I was playing high competitive level sports for my all my teens and well into my early 20s and now actually. So it's interesting that like I had this athletic background, but I was never really educated on fitness. It was just
Hmm.
something that I naturally picked up and was good at, and I figured that would just carry me through each sport that I played. Um, I was going to the gym before working with HealthNU, but I never felt like confident going in. I was always, I'm sure there's a lot of women that can relate where I always felt like really silly. Like I didn't know if I
Mm.
was doing it right or if I was using the equipment right. I was afraid to ask for help. I was afraid if people were looking at me because my clothing was fitting tight or funny. There was a lot of like self shame on my body when I would go to the
Mm.
gym, and I just didn't really like have the drive and really knowledge to know how to do anything properly. So I thought you're just supposed to go to the gym and go on the treadmill and lift a few weights and then you're healthy. Like that was like the story that I was fed pretty much my whole life. Um, yeah, and I was just like, before this fitness journey, I was feeling lost and uncomfortable in my own skin. Um, a lot of just negative self talk, um, a lot of really unhealthy habits, which we can dive into if you want me to share. But it was just, I was in a place where I was feeling stuck. And I didn't have a good routine and I didn't have good support either.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that it was like super hard for you in doing that. And, again, you've come so far in not just like a physical sense of like getting fitter, but I think in your mindset around food, your mindset around training, your mindset around life and everything. So
Hmm.
that's been really cool. So what would you say has been like the biggest physical transformation that you've experienced so far?
Physical transformation? Oh, I just like overall like my body.
Yeah.
I love it. I feel like physically I've just changed the way that I look in the mirror. I feel strong. I feel lean. I feel so comfortable in my clothes. It's interesting, like before joining on with you guys, I struggled all the time figuring out what to wear to go out at the end of like for a night out or with friends or to an event. I just like would stress about it all the time. And now I'm like, what are you worried about? Just throw on whatever's in your closet. It'll look
Yeah.
amazing because I truly do feel that. And that has been like the biggest shift for me because I really struggled with my confidence in the way that I looked. I always had this like idea of what I was supposed to look like. But now it's not even, yes, I feel like I look good in the mirror, but it's like this ability to look at myself and be like, wow, like, good job. Like, you did amazing. Like, you worked at this. So now it's like when I put on something nice, it's like, yeah, I'm going to show it off. I worked really damn hard for this, right?
Yeah. That's
So
right.
just the, yeah, like, and even looking at before pictures, like, my stomach is thinner, my shoulders are like stronger, my legs, my glutes, my butt is like nice and perky. It's not so like sad and droopy, you know? When I put on heels, my quads just pop and like I get so many compliments on that and it feels really good. And to know that I'm the one that took the responsibility of making that happen, which I think is like the big win for me. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you look great and your hard work absolutely shows. So you've been crushing it for sure. What would you
Thank you.
say? Yeah, you're welcome. What would you say before joining, like were like your biggest struggles, maybe around like nutrition, training, mindset? Like what do you struggle with the most?
Yeah. I mean, nutrition was a big one. I had no understanding of how to fuel my body. Um, I didn't understand. I didn't even like know how to listen to my body in terms of what food made me feel crappy and what didn't. Like I was going through my days feeling bloated and gassy and heartburn, indigestion, like using the washroom more than I should have been in a day. And I just figured like, oh, that's just how I am. I'm sure I have some intolerances, but I never had like the discipline to make some changes. So my nutrition was basically I was eating what my kids were eating and or eating what was left of their plate. And it wasn't overly fulfilling or satisfying or healthy for my body. Um, Meal prep was a huge thing. I don't even think I looked at that as something that was scary to me. But working with you and your team, it was like, okay, there's no way to fail here. Like, you guys are setting me up. You're giving me the recipes and the plan. Like, I just have to do it. And there's no way to fail. Like, the failing is not doing it. So it was definitely nutrition was the big thing. And then understanding proper technique in the gym was a big one for me too. Um, like you guys were amazing at helping, like your coaches were amazing at saying, get the form right first and then let's add the weight. Like you have to have the right form so you don't injure yourself. So I felt really taken care of by your team.
Thank you.
Yeah, everyone was really supportive, holding me accountable, but super encouraging where I didn't feel like I was gonna fail, that I could learn as I go, but everything was set up for me. So it's like just do the program and I won't fail. Yeah.
Amazing. And like from a mindset perspective, because I know like the mental aspect, as you and I both know, like probably like the biggest, people always want like the meal plans and the training programs, and obviously that is super important as you just outlined. But like for you, what do you think was like the biggest like mental barrier or mental shift that you had to make to allow yourself to be successful?
Oh, it was learning how to say no. That was a big one. And it's interesting with my current business, that's a big pattern with women is that we struggle saying no. We feel we have to give everything to everybody else and we forget about ourselves. So the biggest challenge I had was saying no to a late night out, saying no to having the drinks, saying no to eating the deep fried food at midnight, with your
Hmm.
friends at the bar. Um, Saying yes to sleep, saying yes to healthy meals, saying yes to walks. Those were struggles for me because my whole life I thought I had to do everything for everybody else. As long as they're happy, then I'm happy. But that's so backwards. Like, I had
Hmm.
to become happy within myself. I had to take care of me so I could take care of everyone else. Um, so yeah, it was the saying no and saying no without feeling guilty. Because
Hmm.
I think that's another part that we get struggle with. It's like, oh, no, I can't come. It's like, oh, I feel so bad. They wanted me there. It's like, well, what's more important? You getting your sleep, eating a healthy meal, not having drinks, or another night out that'll be there next weekend, you
Yeah,
know?
right. Totally.
Yeah.
That's funny. And
Yeah.
because I think that's like I love that's your answer because I think that that's probably like the number one reason where people struggle is saying no.
Hmm.
And when you're like, you know what, I'm picking sleep over going out, or I'm picking not drinking, I'm picking not snacking, like now that you're on the other side of it, do you feel as though like you missed out at all not having those things? And do you think that's like an easy trade-off to make now?
God, no. Like now it's like the easiest thing to do. I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong, there's times where I still am like, oh, I'd
Hmm.
love to take part in that. I'd love to like stay out later. But honestly, by consistently doing it, working in your program, it didn't just like it wasn't just like another diet or fad that I had to like grind through and like, oh, I can't wait
Hmm.
till this is over. It literally shifted the way like my neurons fire in my brain around
Yeah,
food and
totally.
around fitness. It does. And so it's like now if I do go out and have the choice to go out and enjoy company with friends, it's like my body knows that if I stay out another hour or I
Yeah.
have that plate of wings, I'm going to feel like garbage. So I
Yeah.
have a choice. Do I feel like garbage or do I not? And it's always the not because to me that's more important. That's what I need physically for myself and to respect my own body, right? It's like, it's just, my values have changed completely
Absolutely.
since I shifted working with you guys. Yeah, totally.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I love
Yeah.
that I love hearing that you got to experience that because I think it's such a trade-off and I'm laughing because like we go through the same thing, Jen and I, where we're like, oh, like I really want to have that, but you weigh it up, you're like, that's probably not going to make me feel too good the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what would you say was like your favorite part of us working together and working with HealthNU? Like, what was your favorite part?
My favorite part. Okay, so for one was the community.
Hmm.
I didn't really know overly what I was getting into, but I didn't realize. I mean, you were really good at like giving me the details of the program, the food, what your expectations are of me. But I didn't realize that I was joining a family. Like I really
Mm.
was a community of like-minded women that all had the same goal in mind is to feel better about themselves. And so that community, like the chat group that we have going, um, it's just like I love seeing people's successes. I love seeing women like flexing their muscles and having those moments of like, holy crap, I can't believe I did this many pull-ups today or I lifted this much. Like it blows my mind the excitement and
Hmm.
energy behind it. Like I love following that and I still to this day, like 3.5 years later, am constantly like scrolling at pictures and seeing these women just like blowing my mind day after day and it just like lights me up. That is definitely on the top of my list. But another thing that came to mind was the safety in working with you and the coaches. The safety, and by that I mean like I was able to bring all of my shit to you guys. Like being a single mom working full time and trying to take responsibility of my health was a lot to hold. And sometimes I didn't always get it right. And sometimes I skipped a meal and sometimes I stayed up longer than I should have. But I could bring that to you and it was met with compassion and it was met with empathy. And I wasn't told, like shamed or blamed, like you get in the fitness culture, like, well, you're never going to get results if you don't do this. It was, I understand, and that's okay. Let's pick up tomorrow. Like, I've got you. We're going to keep going. And to have that safety in a fitness community for women, especially, is just like, it's beyond priceless to me. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Cool. And for
Yeah.
you, Ali, like what do the next 6 to 12 months look like for you in terms of like what results you're trying to get and like where you want to go from here?
Well, it's summertime, and I
Yeah.
was in a little bit of like a hibernation mode over the winter. Obviously, I still was getting in my 3 to 4 workouts of lifting per week, but I wasn't getting my walks in as much as I wanted to and getting outside. So right now, my focus is to clean up my eating for the next 6 to 12 months and like really focus on um, just nourishing my body the way that it needs to be. I actually just did a live on this the other day about it's a season of social pressure. Everyone's going to
It
be
sure
inviting
is.
you to everything. Come to the barbecue, come have drinks on the patio, right?
Yeah.
Like, so it's again checking in with myself and really being like, okay, Allie, like how is this going to make your body feel?
Mhm.
And it's not saying that I can't go visit with my friends. That brings me joy. It's about honoring myself. So I'm just going to continue working towards that, continually um, keep going to the gym, keep my walks up and working out, and all of that stuff just combined, eating the fresh, healthy foods, getting good rest. In the summertime, it's so wonderful to wake up early and like really
Mhm.
enjoy the sunlight of the day. That's my goal for the next little while, and just really like keep focusing on what fuels me and what makes me happy. Yeah.
Love that. Cool. Yeah, you have such a positive attitude, which I always appreciate.
Uh,
What would you say is like, how has this impacted you, like in getting fitter and stronger and all these things? Like, how has this impacted your life outside of fitness?
mm, yeah. So the fitness aspect of it really, it was like the first step into taking responsibility for myself. Um, and how it's helped me, it's like it's when I feel good in my body, it actually is a ripple effect in how I show up to the rest of the world.
Hmm.
Um, Feeling good in my body has allowed me to have more energy for my kids, create more presence, right? Like I'm able
Hmm.
to like play with them longer, have more patience with them. Like kids have a lot of energy, as you know, as a new dad.
Yeah,
Like even at a
they
little
do.
age, they do. They want your attention. They want to be seen and held and fed and all the things played with. And like having my body in check has allowed me to show up in the capacity that they need me to. So it
Hmm.
definitely has like rippled into my parenting. It's rippled into my friendships of acknowledging like what friendships I can really like, just like I do with food when I pay attention to what I eat and how it makes me feel in my body.
Hmm.
I do that with my friends. If I'm hanging out with them and they're not adding value to my life and they're not um, giving me energy and they're sucking energy, then it's like, well, I'm not sure I have room for you in my life. And it's not that I don't care for you, but it's like I really am becoming a little bit more picky around that. So it's rippled into my friendships, it's rippled into my love life. Like, I feel sexy. My sex life is amazing. Like, my partner and I have like the most compassionate, connective relationship. And again, it goes from me feeling good in my own skin that's like something I don't even have to worry about. Like, I can really put my energy and attention into him.
Hmm.
And then in my work too, my purpose of life, of what I want to do, like I'm only able to help people through lived experience, through what I've experienced. And so all of this training and self work and healthy eating has all just like allowed me to show up for others in the capacity that they need because I couldn't do that before. I was not capable of that. I couldn't do that if I wasn't showing up for me. So it's just like I just say the ripple effect. I keep saying it over and over. It's like throwing a stone in the water and how it just like flows
Totally.
outwards. I mean, I I can't speak highly of the benefits of working with HealthNU and yourself and all the coaches and the community. Like it's just been incredible, an incredible transformation.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I love what you said. Everything there is honestly so true. I've always found that like what you said at the very beginning is like fitness is the foundation. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
are fitter, stronger, you'll naturally be more confident, you have more energy, and it basically like elevates your ability to be a better parent, be a better friend, be better at your job, make more money. Like I always say that's like the foundation. I love what you said too about like you're kind of more selective and more aware of your friendships too. Like you personally invited at least two friends into our program who are both crushing it, Amber and Jen Sant, who come off the top of my head. And like I was talking to Jen
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, and she was saying how she met up with you for like a walk or something, and you were like, "You look incredible," and like she was just saying how much that meant to her. So it's
Uh,
cool. It's cool when you like have friends who are also on the same path as you, same vibe as you, and can kind of connect through health and fitness because then you have a much higher likelihood of success. Because if you're somebody who's like, your friends are constantly trying to drag you out drinking or drag you out to restaurants or whatever, and they don't get it, they don't like you guys meeting up for a walk. Like that's one example right there. Most people meet up for like drinks, like so
yeah.
to go out and be healthy and go out for walks and see each other's results is really cool. And I loved hearing that through the grapevine.
Yeah, and that's so funny you bring up my walk with Jen because she's like, all I need to know is like, am I going to be able to keep looking like this? I'm like, hell yeah, you are. It's like a new lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, this is just the way it's going to be.
That's what
Yeah.
I said. I'm like, you're not going back. You're not allowed.
You just can't. No. Yeah. You don't just make like yourself and your coaches and your whole vision of what you're offering women. To me, it's like it's not just a little change for 3 months or 6 months. It's
No.
legit like transform. It's life transforming. It's
Like
changing
we've
our
worked together for
lives.
3 years. Like we were just saying for everyone watching this, like our company used to be called Athletic Coaching, and like Ali was there during the beginning of that. So it's like we've gone through a lot and had our
Yeah.
own kind of transformation. What would you say to somebody who is like really struggling with like maybe being overweight, not feeling super confident, their clothes aren't fitting? What would you say to that person as like one piece of advice that like you've learned that would be beneficial to them, you think?
Mm. First, I would offer them to really be gentle with themselves first. Like, it's really hard. I understand that, but try to be gentle with yourself and really take time to consider what type of life you want to live. And I think that's what I found when I first met with you was you took the time to ask me questions of like, how do I want my life to look? Like, how do I want to feel? And really like get curious about that because it's so easy to look in the mirror when you're not feeling good and really just pick yourself apart. It's like easier to do that than to give ourselves compliments as humans, which is sad, but it's very common and very normal. So I guess I would just suggest to other women, like if you're feeling like you're in a place where you don't even know what to do anymore, just sit with it for a minute and say, what do I want my life to look like? Not the things and like the body and the all of that. Like, really, how do I want to feel? Do I want to feel joy, alive, healthy? Do I want to be able to play with my kids more, be more connected with my partner? Um, right? Do I want to feel that daily? And then what steps does it take to get that? If it's likely working on yourself. And that's exactly what it was for me. It was like something has to change. I can't do this anymore. And so the where I went was getting my body in check. And that was again going back to the foundation, starting there. And remembering that it doesn't have to be like all or nothing. That's what I love about working with you guys too, is you set up the program in a way that works around our life, like our lifestyles and our schedules. And you're really good at helping us coordinate that. So
Thank you.
take a step. Just take a step. That's all I'd say. One step in a healthy direction and really feel into what you want your life to look like and feel like.
Totally. And let's just say somebody out there is watching this, they're kind of on the fence about joining. What would you say to them?
If they're on the fence about joining, you can never make a poor investment if that investment is on yourself. And joining HealthNU has been the best investment of my life by far. And I will take that to my grave.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I truly,
Appreciate it.
truly mean that. I know it's scary. I know it's maybe uncomfortable, but there's such a supportive, safe community that's gonna hold your hand and have a soft place for you to land while you're in the process, and that you won't find that in the health and fitness industry, but you will here. That's exactly what I would say.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. You're making me get all choked up.
Aw. That's okay. You can let the emotion go.
I'm working on that since you coached me that time. I'm like, okay, I can feel.
Aw. You can. Yeah.
But
Awesome.
thank you for taking the time, honestly, to take, it means the world to me that you do this. Thank you very much, and thanks to everyone watching. So,
Yeah.
appreciate you, and I hope you have a great day. And again, thanks for this.
I appreciate you too, and thanks so much for having me. I really, again, I'm very honored.
Yeah, of course. You're the best. All
Awesome.
right. Bye.
See ya.